Hi, I'm Mariah. Welcome to my channel. I have been contemplating starting a booktube channel for a little bit now, and I've seen a lot of other booktubers put out this Booktube Newbie Tag, and so I thought I would join in and kind of see how it goes. I've got my laptop here and a list of questions, and so I'm just gonna get right into asking them. Question 1. Why did you start this channel? The reason that I started this channel is just because I really love to read and I love to talk about books. It's definitely my main hobby. I do have a couple other hobbies that I like to chat about every once in a while. I like to bullet journal, and I do a lot of book things in my bullet journal as well. The other reason that I wanted to start a YouTube channel is just because I wanted to sort of build a community for myself to talk about books and kind of officially join the book community that is out there, because I live on the outskirts of a small town and there's not really a lot of people around to read with. There's not really any book clubs nearby that I can be a part of, and I only really have 2 people in my life that I talk to about books, and that's my sister-in-law and my husband. We all kind of chat a lot together. But it would also be nice to kind of have a larger book community to be a part of, and so that's kind of the driving factor for starting this YouTube channel. Question number 2. What are some fun and unique things you can bring to Booktube? I don't really know that I have anything super unique to bring to Booktube other than just my own personal opinion, my own personal take on books. I do read a wide variety of books, and that's something I don't see from a ton of booktubers. I see a lot of people who kind of specialize in one niche or in one genre, and I definitely do find that I want to watch YouTubers that have more range in the genres that they read. Aside from that, the most unique thing that I bring to Booktube is me. Question number 3. What are you most excited for about this new channel? I think I'm really most excited to just join the book community. There is a part of me that's a little bit more nervous than excited. I tend to be fairly camera shy and I don't use my social medias. I don't post myself on the internet, so this is a strange experience for me. But I am definitely excited to join the book community kind of officially, to meet more people, get some new book recommendations, and kind of chat about the books that I'm really enjoying and get some different opinions. Question number 4. Why do you love reading? I love reading for the same reasons I imagine anybody else would love reading. When I was a kid, it was very much that sense of escapism that it gave me. But now as an adult, it's also just being able to read about some more nuanced things and to further my knowledge and my vocabulary, and also sometimes it's just fun to escape into just a really fun novel, whether that's fantasy or sci-fi or romance. I just really love hearing different stories, and I truly don't think that any story could be told better than through a book. Question number 5. What book or series got you into reading? That is a more difficult question for me to answer. I've been reading ever since I was a really little girl. When I was really young, I really loved reading Dr. Seuss books. I think I had like 3 or 4 from the library every week because that's all my mom would let me take. But once I switched to chapter books, I read the Magic Treehouse series, I read the Boxcar Children. I absolutely loved Nancy Drew. And one of my favorite books from when I was a kid is Little House in the Big Wood, which is Laura Ingalls Wilder. As a teenager, I read the Maze Runner series, I read Divergent, I read The Morality Doctrine, which is another series by James Dashner. I was really into dystopian things when I was a teenager, so like The Giver was one of my all-time favorites, but I don't really think I can pinpoint it to like a specific book or a specific series that really got me into reading. Question number 6. What questions would you ask your favorite booktubers? How do you do it? I feel like I'm so awkward in front of a camera. How do you get comfortable talking to a camera? Because this is probably like the 4th time I've tried to film this video, and each time I've just like deleted all of it. I'm like, nope, it wasn't good enough. How do you start and how do you keep it consistent when you feel so awkward and feel so silly? Because obviously, like right now, I don't have any followers. Nobody knows who I am. It's just like awkward, and it's almost embarrassing to be starting a YouTube channel in my, like, I feel embarrassed, and it's just silly. Question number 7. What challenges do you think starting a booktube channel will be the hardest to overcome? I think I touched on a lot of these in the last question. Just me being very awkward and me sometimes having trouble like expressing myself properly with my facial expressions or with my tone. And then just like not feeling embarrassed or awkward of like being in front of a camera, or like posting anymore. I've decided that this is going to be my official last take of this video, otherwise I'm never going to post it. I haven't even gotten to editing, so this is my official last take, but I think the hardest thing to overcome is definitely going to be getting over that awkwardness and that embarrassment of like initially starting a channel when nobody knows who you are, when it still feels silly. And then the next challenge is probably just going to be like finding time to film and to edit when I'm not taking care of my son. I'm a stay-at-home mom right now, and he's in my lap right now, but I don't want him on camera. I don't want him on the internet. So just like finding time where I can film without having him on camera is going to be difficult probably. Question number 8. When did you start reading? I think I learned how to read when I was like 4 or 5, so pretty much my whole life. Once I graduated high school, I kind of fell off with reading and didn't really read a lot for a long time. And then I think in like 2023, I started reading the ACOTAR series, and that's kind of what slowly got me back into reading. And now being a stay-at-home mom, like I have more time than ever to read because I have been getting a lot of books read while I'm, nursing my son, and there's nothing else I can do except for just sit down and wait till he's done eating, Question number 9. Where do you read? I primarily read just around my house in various rooms. I read books while I'm cooking dinner, when I'm waiting to stir whatever it is I need to stir, or if I don't have anything to chop, I'll read books then. I listen to a lot of audiobooks while I'm cleaning and doing housework or taking care of my son. I do like to read outside, however, I have not been doing much of that lately. We finally got some snow again. We went from like 60 degrees to like 5 or 6 inches of snow overnight. It was crazy. But I do love to read outside when I can, when it's warmer. And then here in my library, I like to read in my living room. Anywhere. I do definitely want to start reading at a library more. I do think that's probably going to be a little bit difficult at this point in my life with a very small child. And question number 10. What kind of books do you like to read? I really like to read every genre. Probably genres that I read the least would be contemporary romance and nonfiction. Last year I only read a couple of different nonfiction books. One of those being Everything is Tuberculosis. I really enjoyed that one. And then I did read Ina May's Guide to Childbirth because I was pregnant last year and just wanted some information about giving birth and all that fun stuff. This year I don't really have many nonfiction books lined up. I would like to read I'm Glad My Mom Died by Jeanette McCurdy. I've heard really good things about it. My sister-in-law read it and really loved it. Another nonfiction book that I plan on reading this year is called The Toddler Brain. It's a book I've had for a little while now, and it's just something that I would like to read before my child becomes a toddler. But as for my favorite genres, I really love sci-fi and fantasy. I really love just general fiction or literary fiction. I love horrors and thrillers and mysteries. A good romance every once in a while is fun. But yeah, I pretty much like to read everything. Well, that concludes all 10 questions of our newbie book tag. I really hope you enjoyed watching this video, and if you did, like, subscribe, comment. If there's any specific content you would like to know from me, or if there's any more information you would like to know just about me or the books that I read, definitely let me know. But that concludes our video. I really hope you enjoyed, and thanks for watching.